We've spent a lot of time traveling around Japan, and in this video we are going to show you how exactly to spend 14 days in Japan. We will break down which cities to visit, how many nights to spend in each one, and how to plan your days so your trip flows smoothly without it ever feeling rushed or exhausting.
Now let's start the itinerary with day one, arriving into Tokyo. Tokyo has two main international airports, Narita and Haneda. Many long-haul international flights arrive into Narita, and that's where a lot of first-time visitors land, so we'll be focusing on Narita. Before leaving the airport, there are a few important things to take care of, and doing this straight away will make the rest of your journey so much easier. First, data on your phone. We highly recommend getting an eSIM so you have data as soon as you land. That way you can use Google Maps, look up trains, and translate things immediately. We'll talk more about this later in this video. Next, withdraw some cash. Japan is still very much a cash-based country, so it's a good idea to have some yen on you from day one. And finally, pick up a welcome Suica card. You'll find this downstairs in the basement level of Narita, near where the trains depart. This card is designed specifically for tourists. It lasts for 28 days and makes getting around incredibly easy. You just have to tap and go on public transport. Once you're ready to head into Tokyo, the best transport option depends on where you're staying. If you're staying in Shinjuku, which we recommend for first-timers wanting that classic Tokyo experience, the Narita Express is the easiest option. It's direct, comfortable, and takes you straight into the city with no transfers. The Narita Express also stops at Tokyo Station, which is ideal if you're staying in Ginza. From there, it's just a short and simple journey to your hotel. If you're staying in Osaka or even Ueno, the Kaisai Skyliner is the fastest and most convenient way to get there. And if you're traveling with a lot of luggage, the airport limousine bus is a great option. It's comfortable, stress-free, and drops you close to major hotels. When it comes to accommodation, the best areas to stay in Tokyo for first-timers are Shinjuku, Ginza, and Asakusa.
For your first meal in Japan, there's honestly no better option than ramen. This is one of those moments when it really hits you that you're finally in Japan. If you want a really unique Japanese dining experience on your first night, Ichiran is a great option. It starts before even you sit down. You order at a vending machine at the entrance, which is such a classic Japanese experience. Then you get a ticket, hand it over, and customize your ramen exactly how you like it, from the richness of the broth to the firmness of the noodles. You are then seated in individual booths, which is part of what makes Ichiran so famous. It lets you focus completely on the food, and it's surprisingly comfortable, especially after a long travel day. And the best part? The ramen itself is genuinely delicious and very affordable, which is why it's become such a popular first night meal in Japan. After dinner, go for a light evening walk around your neighborhood. This is your chance to take in Tokyo for the first time. The lights, the sounds, the atmosphere, without trying to see everything at once.
So we're standing in the middle right now.
This is crazy! Before heading back to your hotel, make one final stop at a konbini, which is the Japanese word for a convenience store. This quickly has become a bit of a nightly ritual for us because Japan genuinely has some of the best snacks in the world, so make the most of it. Konbinis are also perfect for grabbing breakfast for the next morning. They are quick, affordable, and save you a lot of time when you're heading out early. Try to get an early night if you can, because tomorrow is when your Japan itinerary really starts to come to life.
Day two is your first full day in Japan, and we highly recommend starting at the Meiji Jingu Shrine. It's a peaceful and relaxing start to the day before heading into the busier, or should we say more chaotic areas of Tokyo. Coming here in the early morning is a great idea because it's quieter, more peaceful, and a really nice contrast to the busy parts of Tokyo you'll see later in the day. As you walk through the torii gates and into the forested path, it honestly doesn't feel like you're in the middle of one of the biggest cities in the world. Take your time exploring the shrine itself, and if you want to, you can write a wish or a message on one of the small wooden plaques and leave it at the shrine. It's a simple experience, but it's a really meaningful way to start your first full day in Japan.
From Meiji Shrine, you can walk straight to Harajuku. Harajuku, and the contrast is instant. Takeshita Street is busy, loud, and full of energy. It's one of those places where you're constantly looking around because there's always something interesting happening. This is also a great spot to try some fun street food. Harajuku is famous for its crepes, and the most classic place to get one is Marion Crepes, which is kind of a rite of passage for first-time visitors. You will also see places selling long potato sticks, crispy, freshly fried, and perfect as a casual snack. One small thing to keep in mind here is food etiquette. In Japan, eating while walking is generally frowned upon, especially on a crowded street like Takeshita Street, where it's very easy to bump into someone. The best thing to do is just to stand to the side, finish your food, and then continue walking. You will also notice a lot of pet cafes here, including micro-pig cafes, which are really popular on this street. If that's something you want to do, it's best to book in advance, and you can do that through Klook, which is the #1 booking platform for activities and attractions in Japan. And don't forget to use our code JKarolinaKlook to save a bit of money.
From Harajuku, it's really easy to get to Shibuya. You can either walk or take a very short train ride, and within minutes, you're right in one of Tokyo's most iconic areas. When you arrive, make a quick stop at the Hachiko statue, which is a popular meeting point, and a quick stop before heading to the main event, Shibuya Crossing.
Let's go in the first row.
Oh my god, it feels like we're going into war right now.
Right?
There's just so many people approaching us.
After Shibuya Crossing, we recommend heading to one of the most popular attractions in Japan, Shibuya Sky. Sunset and nighttime slots often sell out up to 2 weeks ahead, so we highly recommend booking in advance. Sunset is the most popular time to visit because you can watch the city change from day to night and then stay for the night views. A good tip is to book an earlier time slot and simply wait until sunset, as tickets for sunset itself sell out very quickly. Just keep in mind that the rooftop is weather dependent. The open air rooftop is the main reason people come here, and when it's open, the views are incredible. When we visited, the rooftop was unfortunately closed due to bad weather. The views are still nice, but the open air rooftop really is the main reason people come. If the rooftop isn't open, you can still cancel and get a full refund, even on the day. So being able to go onto the rooftop is all about getting lucky on the day you have booked.
For dinner, guikatsu is a really great option and one of those foods a lot of people want to try while they're in Japan. Guikatsu is breaded and fried beef cutlet that's served raw, and you cook it yourself on a small hot stone at the table, which makes it a really fun and very Japanese dining experience. Just search guikatsu on Google Maps and you will find plenty of good options nearby. It's filling, comforting, and a really satisfying meal, especially after a full day of walking. After dinner, take some time to walk around, digest the food, and enjoy the atmosphere. Shibuya at night is bright, busy, and exciting, but don't feel like you need to stay out late if you are tired.
Day 3 is all about experiencing a more traditional side of Tokyo, and we're starting the day in Osaka, one of the best areas in the city for culture, history, and everyday Japanese life.
We are starting with one of the most popular breakfast spots in Asakusa, Benitsuru, which is famous for its fluffy Japanese pancakes. This place is incredibly popular. You actually need to queue from around 6 AM just to get a reservation, and that alone tells you how in demand it is. Once you're inside, you sit at the counter and can watch them making the pancakes fresh in front of you, which is part of the whole experience. The pancakes are thick, soft, and super fluffy. Honestly, it's some of the best we've ever had. Jay went for the chocolate option and I chose the red bean and matcha, and both were absolutely delicious. It's a very special way to start the day and feels very Japanese. One of the most popular things to do in Asakusa is to rent a kimono, and day 3 is the perfect time to do it. The experience itself is really fun. Choosing the colors, the patterns, picking the accessories, and having everything fitted properly for you. Once you are dressed, you can wear the kimono all day, and it's completely normal to walk around, eat, drink, and explore Asakusa in it. It adds something really special to the day, especially when you're visiting temples and traditional streets.
From there, head towards Sensoji, Tokyo's oldest and most important temple. You will start at the Kaminari-mon Gate, which is one of the most iconic sites in the city and a must for photos. From here, you'll walk down Nakamise Street, which can get very busy, especially around midday. This street is lined with shops selling souvenirs and street food, and it's a great place to try classic Japanese snacks, including things like taifuku strawberries. At the end of the street, you'll reach Sensoji Temple itself, take some time to explore the temple grounds, light incense, and just soak up the atmosphere. Even though it's busy, it still feels very traditional and meaningful, especially if you're wearing a kimono.
After exploring the temple area, we highly recommend stopping for a matcha break. And our go-to spot in Asakusa is Maruzen. We actually spent 2 months based here, and this quickly became our favorite place. It's a newer shop focused on high-quality matcha, and we even became friends with the owner while we were living in the neighborhood. We kept coming back for their iced top-quality Uji matcha with ice cream and mochi, but we couldn't resist trying some of the viral items too, especially the matcha Mont Blanc, which was chestnut-based and absolutely delicious. If you want a proper matcha experience that isn't overly sweet or touristy, this is genuinely one of the best spots in the area. Everything they serve is excellent, but what really makes it special is the owner. Easily one of the nicest, most passionate person we met in Japan. It's the perfect place to slow things down after a busy morning in Asakusa.
As the evening approaches, you've got a couple of great options. If you want to stay in Asakusa, Hoppy Street is a fun choice. It's lively, traditional, and filled with small places where you can eat, drink, and experience a very local side of Tokyo. Alternatively, just a short distance away is Ueno, which really comes alive at nighttime. Under the train lines and around the station, you'll find loads of izakayas and casual restaurants. It's a great area for trying lots of different foods and settling in for a relaxed evening. This is also a great night to enjoy a drink or two. You'll see lots of locals ordering highballs, a simple mix of Japanese whiskey and soda, which are very popular in Japan, or you can try our favorite plum wine, which is slightly sweet and really easy to drink. Wherever you choose to eat, the atmosphere in these areas at night is lively but not overwhelming, perfect for a cultural day like this. Tomorrow we'll shift things again and show you another completely different side of Tokyo.
When you land in Japan, everything feels exciting, until you realize you don't actually know how to get into the city or reach your hotel. Trains, transfers, station exits, you're relying on your phone straight away, and without data, it's really easy to feel lost here. That's why having the right eSIM before you land makes such a big difference. But you might be asking yourself, why do I actually need an eSIM for Japan? First, Google Maps. You will rely on it constantly, especially in cities like Tokyo, where the metro system is extremely complex. From choosing the right train line to finding the correct platform and even the right train station exit. Second, Google Translate. A lot of menus, signs, and things you will want to buy are only in Japanese. It's also incredibly helpful when communicating with locals who don't speak English. Whether you're asking a simple question or just ordering food. That's why we always recommend using an eSIM. If you haven't used one before, it's basically a digital SIM card you install on your phone in seconds. No hunting for SIM shops, no swapping physical SIM cards, you're connected the moment you land. The eSIM we recommend and personally use is SIM Local. And after trying and comparing multiple options, it's hands down the best eSIM for traveling in Japan. SIM Local partners directly with au by KDDI, Japan's #1 ranked mobile network for download speeds. That means you get some of the strongest and most reliable 4G and 5G coverage across the country. With SIM Local, prices are very competitive. As you can see on this chart, their unlimited plans are consistently cheaper than other major eSIM providers like Eiralo and Olafly. SIM Local also offers a 100% refund policy, so if you have any issues, don't need the eSIM anymore, or change your plans, you can get a refund with no questions asked. They also have an easy Find My Plan tool to help you choose the right option. and they're rated 4.5 stars on Trustpilot for their fast and friendly customer support. So if you're planning a trip to Japan, this is something we highly recommend sorting before you fly. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to check out SimLocal's Japan plans. And don't forget to use our code JKarolina for 5% off.
Day 4 is all about classic Tokyo.
Our first stop of the day is Shinjuku Gyoen, one of the nicest green spaces in Tokyo. It's calm, spacious, and a really nice contrast to the busy streets just outside. This is a really good place for a short, gentle stroll and a bit of fresh air before heading back into the city.
From there, head over to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. This is one of the best free observation decks in the city and is well worth a short stop. During the day, you get a great sense of just how big Tokyo is.
Shinjuku is also one of the best areas in Tokyo for shopping, so the afternoon is a good time to wander around and just browse. As the evening approaches, Shinjuku really comes alive, and the first place to head is Omoide Yokocho. This is a narrow network of small lantern-lit alleyways packed with tiny eateries where people are squeezed in shoulder to shoulder, chatting, drinking, and eating after work. Omoide Yokocho is especially known for yakitori, which are small skewers grilled over charcoal and served hot straight off the grill. You will see everything from classic chicken thigh and wings, alongside other skewers like vegetables and mushrooms. Yakitori is usually enjoyed with a drink, and it's very much part of the after-work drinking culture here. The smoke in the air, the sound of grills sizzling, and the close seating all add to the atmosphere. It's casual, social, and a great place for an easy dinner and a drink. One of the most memorable ways to experience Shinjuku at night.
After dinner, take a walk through Kabukicho, Shinjuku's entertainment district. This area is known for its bright neon streets, bars, clubs, and adult entertainment. So it's definitely not your typical Japanese experience, but that's also what makes it interesting to walk through. The main highlight here is simply wandering through the streets, taking in the lights, signs, and atmosphere. To finish the night, stop by Naruto Taiyaki Honpo for a sweet treat. Taiyaki is a fish-shaped cake that's crispy on the outside and filled on the inside. My go-to is the premium custard, while Karolina always chooses the red bean filling. It's warm, comforting, and a really nice way to end the day. After that, head back to your hotel and get an early night. Tomorrow we'll be starting early, and this slower paced Shinjuku day sets you up perfectly for the Mt Fuji trip coming next. Day 5, we're heading out on a day trip to Mt Fuji, and this is one of those days where an early start really matters. We started at Tokyo Station around 7 AM, taking the highway bus to Kawaguchiko, which is one of the most popular and easiest places to see Mt Fuji. The journey takes about 2 hours, getting you there around 9 AM, which is ideal for making the most of the day. Make sure to book the highway bus well in advance, as transport to Mt Fuji, especially the early morning departures, can sell out very quickly, and don't forget the return journey. Before you go, it's really important to understand that Mt Fuji visibility changes constantly. There are several Mt Fuji websites on Google that are great for checking if Mt Fuji is visible.
Another thing to keep in mind is the snow cap. Mt Fuji is usually snow-capped between October and June, but the timing changes every year. This year, the snow arrived late, and we were actually lucky enough to visit on the very first day it appeared, which was such a special surprise. It's moments like that that make this day trip feel really memorable. Once you arrive at Kawaguchiko Station, it's just a short walk to your first stop, the Lawson convenience store, which has become famous for its Mount Fuji backdrop, and it's a popular photo spot when the mountain is visible.
From there, it's another short walk to Lake Kawaguchi. The lake itself is beautiful and a really nice place to take in the views, especially in autumn, when the trees around the water start changing color. This is also where you can buy tickets from a machine for both the Mount Fuji panoramic ropeway and the lake cruise. If you plan on doing both, it's cheaper to buy them as a bundle. Head up the roadway for elevated views over Lake Kawaguchi, and if the weather's clear, incredible views of Mt Fuji. When you're ready, take the roadway back down. Just keep in mind that there will be queues both going up and coming back down, especially on busy days.
Once you're back at the bottom, make a quick stop at Fujiyama Cookie, where you can pick up Mount Fuji shaped cookies. They bake them fresh on site, they taste great, and they make an easy souvenir to take home. The next stop was easily our favorite part of the day, the Lake Kawaguchi sightseeing boat. Once you're out on the lake, you're surrounded by the mountains with Mount Fuji rising in the background. The views honestly feel like something straight out of a postcard, and the whole experience is incredibly calm and peaceful. The boat ride is also surprisingly long, looping around the lake and giving you plenty of time to take photos and videos from different angles. For lunch, we highly recommend Hotu Fudo, which is just outside Kawaguchiko Station. This place is famous for Hotu noodles, a local specialty made with thick noodles, vegetables, and a rich warming broth. It's especially comforting on cooler days and a great way to experience regional Japanese food.
For sunset, take the local train from Kawaguchiko to Shimyoshida and head towards Chorito Pagoda. This is one of the most iconic Mount Fuji viewpoints, but fair warning, the steps up to the top are very challenging. It's a proper climb and you'll definitely feel it by the time you reach the top. Once you're there though, the effort is completely worth it. You're rewarded with beautiful sunset views over the area, with Mount Fuji sitting in the distance, one of the most memorable views of the entire day. If planning buses, trains, and timings feel like a bit much, there's also the option to book an organized Mount Fuji day trip where everything is arranged for you, transport, key stops, and timing. You can book these through Klook. Just scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description. Day 6 is all about experiencing the Shinkansen, Japan's famous bullet train, as you travel from Tokyo to Kyoto. If it's your first time, this can feel a little bit intimidating at first. Tokyo Station is huge and it's very easy to feel overwhelmed, so our biggest tip here is to get there early. We recommend arriving at least 2 hours before your train departs, which gives you plenty of time to navigate the station without stress. One small tip that makes a big difference is to enter Tokyo Station from the Yaesu entrance outside of the station. This is the easiest way to access the Shinkansen area, and once you're inside, look for the Tokaido Shinkansen gates, which are clearly marked in blue. Make sure you have your tickets with the QR code to enter.
Before boarding, make sure to grab an ekiben, which is a Japanese lunchbox designed specifically for train travel, and it's a classic part of the Shinkansen experience. You will also find Shinkansen coffee vending machines on the platforms where you can grab a coffee or other drinks and even watch it being made on a screen, which is a fun little experience before boarding the train.
When booking your Shinkansen tickets, there are two important things to keep in mind. If you're traveling with large luggage, make sure to book seats with oversized luggage storage. This needs to be reserved in advance. And if you want the best chance of seeing Mount Fuji on the way, make sure to book seats on the Mount Fuji side of the train. The easiest way to do all of this is to book through Klook. You can scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to book your tickets ahead of time. The journey from Tokyo to Kyoto takes around 2 hours and is incredibly smooth and comfortable. If the weather's clear, keep your eyes peeled for Mount Fuji. It appears quickly and disappears just as fast, so it's easy to miss if you're not paying attention.
Once you arrive at Kyoto Station, it's time to head to your accommodation. On the way, you will start to feel the shift in pace compared to Tokyo. After checking in and some time to rest, you will usually be ready to head back out around 5 or 6 p.m, which is perfect for a relaxed first evening in Kyoto. A great dinner option is curry and tempura koi sauce. There are no further spice curry, which comes in a very unique presentation. You usually get 2 types of curry, a lighter, slightly sweeter one with minced meat, and a darker, richer, bean-based curry that's vegan. They also serve tempura, which is light, fluffy, and perfectly crispy. After dinner, take a gentle evening stroll through Gion, which is just a short walk away. Wander along Hanami-Koji Street, one of the most atmospheric streets in the city, lined with traditional wooden machiya houses. It's especially nice in the evening when things are quieter and the area feels more calm and intimate. From there, walk to Yasaka Shrine, which is famous for its rows of lanterns and looks especially beautiful when they're all lit up at night. Continue on towards Kawaramachi Dori Street to soak up a little bit of the city atmosphere. And after that, head back to your hotel and get some rest. Tomorrow, it's a full day of sightseeing in Kyoto.
Day 7 is all about experiencing classic Kyoto, traditional streets, historic temples, and some of the city's best food. This is one of those days where starting early is essential. We recommend heading to Kiyomizu-dera as early as you can. This is one of Kyoto's most famous temples, known for its large wooden stage that sticks out over the hillside and offers sweeping views across the city. And in autumn, the surrounding trees turn beautiful shades of red and orange, making the whole scene even more special. By around 9 AM, the area becomes extremely crowded and the experience feels completely different. Arriving early means fewer people, a calmer atmosphere, and space to properly take in the views and the temple itself.
After exploring the temple, walk straight down through Sanenzaka and Ninenzaka. These are two of Kyoto's most famous streets, lined with traditional wooden houses, small shops, and snack stalls. This is one of the best places to simply wander, take photos, and soak in that old Kyoto feeling. Along the way, make a short stop at the Starbucks Kyoto Ninenzaka Yasaka Chaya, which is set inside a traditional Machiya townhouse. Inside, you will find tatami mat seating and you can enjoy a Starbucks drink in a setting that feels completely unique to Kyoto. It's a quick and busy stop, but definitely worth it.
From here, continue walking through the historic streets towards Shirakawa Lane. Visiting during the day is ideal. There's a quiet canal running through the area, traditional houses lining the water, and a much slower feel compared to the busier parts of the city. In the late afternoon, head to Nishiki Market, which is one of the best places in the city to experience Kyoto's food culture. It does get very busy, and because the street is quite narrow, it can feel crowded and slow to move through at times. Instead of sitting down for a full meal, the best way to enjoy Nishiki is to try small bites as you go, taking your time and sampling a few different things.
Connected directly to Nishiki Market is Teramachi Shopping Street. If you are looking to pick up some gifts, small souvenirs, or just browse, this is one of the best spots to do it in Kyoto. After that, head back to your hotel to rest your feet and recharge. These short breaks makes a big difference before heading back out in the evening. For dinner, we'd recommend Gion Duck Rice, a modern Kyoto-style spot that focuses on simple ingredients with beautiful presentation you will probably never forget. You sit at the counter, watching everything come together, and the duck is really the star. Rich, tender, and served in stages so you can add different spices and finish it with a light dashi broth yourself. One thing you will definitely notice in Kyoto is how much care goes into food. It's all about balance, seasonality, and detail. Then head back to your hotel for a good night's sleep. Tomorrow, it's another early start, and as tempting as a lie-in sounds, Kyoto is genuinely best experienced early in the morning before all the crowds arrive.
Day 8, we start the day at Fushimi Inari Taisha, and timing here really matters. This is one of the most popular places in Kyoto and it gets busy very quickly, so arriving early makes a huge difference to the experience.
As you walk through the thousands of torii gates, the atmosphere changes almost immediately. You don't need to hike all the way up to the top. The experience is just as special if you walk part of the way and turn back when it feels right.
After Fushimi Inari, head back towards central Kyoto and make your way to Arashiyama. This is one of the few times you'll be using local trains in Kyoto, so make sure you have your welcome suica ready and use Google Maps to guide you. It's the easiest way to navigate the routes and the transfers. Your first stop here is Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. It's a short walk but very atmospheric, especially earlier in the day. Walking through the tall bamboo paths feels completely different from the rest of the city and is one of those classic Kyoto moments. Crowds do build up by midday and sometimes it's unavoidable, but it's still worth experiencing.
After the bamboo forest, treat yourself to a matcha ice cream nearby. It's a small thing, but it's one of those simple pleasures that fits perfectly with the setting. From there, walk over Togetsukyo Bridge, which offers beautiful views of the river and the surrounding mountains. Take your time here. This area is all about slowing down and enjoying the scenery.
Next, it's time to head to Kinkakuji, also known as Golden Pavilion. A lot of people skip this because it sits a bit outside of central Kyoto, but since you're already in Arashiyama, it actually makes a lot of sense to include it. From Arashiyama, you'll take a bus, and this is also where your welcome suica comes in handy. Just tap on and off, no need to buy separate tickets. Kinkakuji is one of our favorite temples in Kyoto, especially on a beautiful day. The gold-covered pavilion sits beside a lake, and seeing it reflected in the water is genuinely impressive and well worth the extra effort.
Afterwards, make your way to the Machi Futaba, one of Kyoto's most famous traditional sweet shops. It's been around for over 120 years, and they're best known for their freshly made mochi. You can watch the sweets being prepared behind the counter, and there's always a long queue. But it's a stop we always make whenever we are in Kyoto. It really feels like a taste of old Kyoto. From here, take a walk along the Kamo River, which is a great way to unwind after a full day. It's open, relaxed, and gives you a chance to slow the pace before the evening. For dinner, we went to a tonkatsu spot that was recommended to us by a local. We sat at the counter watching everything being made, which always makes the experience better. We ordered set meals, so we got to try different cuts of meat and even a buttered egg, which we weren't expecting at all, but it was so good.
Day 9 is a day trip to Nara, and after a couple of full-on days in Kyoto, it's a chance to slow things down while exploring historic temples and shrines alongside Nara's famous bowing deer. Nara is very easy to visit from Kyoto by train. Just use your IC card and Google Maps and you'll be there in under an hour.
The first stop is Nara Deer Park, and this is where the day immediately feels different. The park is huge and open, and the deer roam freely around you, which is something you don't really see anywhere else. The deer are very used to people, so you will see them wandering between visitors, resting in the shade, and occasionally coming right up to you. You can buy special crackers nearby to feed them, and some of the deer will even bow to you before being fed, which is a really fun moment. Just be aware that once food is involved, a few of them can get a little pushy, and in some cases might even nudge or ram you.
Okay. Oh wow, they're all coming for it. Oh no! relax.
But overall, it's still a really enjoyable and memorable way to start the day.
From the park, walk towards Tadaiji Temple, which is one of the most important and impressive temples in Japan. As you approach, you'll pass through Nandaimon Gate, guarded by 2 massive wooden statues that really set the scale for what's to come. Inside the temple complex, you'll find the Great Buddha Hall, home to Daibutsu, one of the largest bronze Buddha statues in the world. Walking into the hall and seeing it in person is genuinely impressive and easily one of the highlights of visiting Nara. You'll also notice a wooden pillar with a hole at its base, which is said to be the same size as Buddha's nostril. Visitors line up to try squeezing through it, as it's believed to bring good luck and enlightenment, and it's always entertaining to watch, even if you don't try it yourself.
After Todaiji, head up to Nigatsu-do Hall. It's a bit quieter, and from here you get a really nice elevated view over the surrounding area. It's a great place to slow down and take a break before continuing on. Next, make your way to Kasuga Taisha, a Shinto shrine known for its stone and bronze lanterns lining the forest paths. In addition to the outdoor lanterns, there's also an indoor hall where hundreds of lanterns are lit, creating a completely different atmosphere. Before heading back, make a stop at Nakatani-do, one of the most famous mochi shops in Nara. They are known for their live mochi pounding demonstrations, where you can watch the mochi being made right in front of you. It's very much a performance and one of those fun little memories to take away with you.
Day 10 is all about heading to Osaka, a city often referred to as the kitchen of Japan. It's known for its incredible food culture, lively streets, and a much more laid-back energy compared to Tokyo. From Kyoto, there's no need to take the Shinkansen. Osaka is very close. Just hop on a local train, which takes around 30 minutes and is much cheaper. You can simply tap on and off using your welcome suica, making the whole journey really easy. And once you've checked in or dropped off your luggage, make your way to Dotonbori, the most iconic area in Osaka, and where the city's energy is on full display. As the evening sets in, the neon signs light up, the streets fill with people, and the canal becomes the center of it all, with everyone walking along, taking photos, and soaking up the atmosphere. Make sure to stop by the famous Glico-man sign. It's one of those classic Osaka photo spots that almost everyone visits.
As you walk through Dotonbori, you will immediately notice the larger-than-life figures coming off the buildings. Takoyaki is one of Osaka's most famous foods. It's made from a batter filled with pieces of octopus, cooked fresh in round molds right in front of you. Most places use a ticket machine at the front. You will place the order, hand over the ticket, and then watch as your takoyaki is flipped, shaped, and cooked on the hot plates. It's piping hot, slightly crispy on the outside, soft in the middle, and people absolutely go crazy for it, especially here, where it's originated. Before heading back to your hotel, make sure to pop into Don Quixote, especially Dotonbori location with the giant Ferris wheel built into the building. Don Quixote is packed floor to ceiling with snacks, souvenirs, cosmetics, gadgets, and all kinds of things you didn't know you needed. It's loud, colorful, and a bit overwhelming at first, but that's exactly why people love it. This is where a lot of visitors end up stocking up on Japanese snacks and gifts to take home.
Day 11 is your first full day in Osaka, and today you'll see several very different sides of the city, from iconic landmarks to street culture, comfort food, and one of the best views in Japan. Start the day at Osaka Castle, one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. The highlight here is simply walking around the grounds and seeing the castle from the outside, especially with the surrounding park and moat. It's worth knowing that the building itself is actually a museum, not a preserved castle interior, so going inside is completely optional. From here, hop on the metro to get to your next stop. Osaka's metro system is very easy to use, and you can just simply tap in and out with your welcome suica.
Next, head to Amerikamura, often called America Village. This area is all about youth culture, street fashion, vintage shops, murals, and music, and it feels completely different from the Osaka Castle area. It's a fun place to wander around, browse shops, and get a feel for Osaka's more creative alternative side. For lunch, go for okonomiyaki, one of Osaka's signature dishes and a must-try while you're here. We recommend okonomiyaki chitose, which has a very local, no-fritters feel. Okonomiyaki is a savory pancake made with butter, cabbage, and various fillings, cooked fresh right in front of you. It's filling, comforting, and exactly the kind of food Osaka is famous for.
After lunch, make a short stop at Namba Yasaka Shrine. This shrine is famous for its giant lion head stage, which is unlike anything you'll see anywhere else in Japan.
Next, treat yourself to Rikuro's cheesecake, which is famous for its warm, fluffy cheesecakes that are being baked fresh throughout the day. It's light, not too sweet, and perfect as a mid-afternoon snack to keep you going.
In the late afternoon, head to Ebeno Harukas, one of the tallest buildings in Japan. The observation deck here offers incredible panoramic views over Osaka, especially around sunset. And if you want something extra special, there's also an option to go onto the helipad, where you can step outside onto the roof. Being out in the open at that height is a really unique experience and easily one of the highlights of the day.
For the evening, you've got two great options. If you want something different, head to Shinkansen, an old-school Osaka neighborhood known for its retro, slightly gritty vibe. If you want a proper Osaka food experience, this is where kushikatsu comes in. And the most iconic place to try it is Daruma Kushikatsu, which you will find in both Dotonbori and Shinsekai. Kushikatsu are deep-fried skewers, things like pork, chicken, shrimp, vegetables, and even cheese, all buttered and fried until crispy. They are served piping hot and designed to be eaten casually, one skewer at a time, usually paired with a beer or a simple highball, which is the classic way to eat kushikatsu here. If you would rather keep things simple, you can always head back to Dotonbori for another relaxed evening of food and atmosphere.
Day 12 gives you a choice. You can either stay in Osaka for one more night or head back to Tokyo, and it really comes down to what you want more time for. If you love theme parks, one experience we really enjoyed was spending the day at Universal Studios Japan. It's one of the most popular theme parks in the world and very much a full day experience, especially if attractions like Super Nintendo World are on your list. We actually have a full video covering Universal Studios Japan, which we'll link in the description if you want a deeper look. Now, if you'd rather spend more time in Tokyo, which a lot of people do, then day 12 is a great time to head back. You can fly, but Kansai Airport is quite far from the city, and dealing with airport transfers and security can feel like a hassle. Our preferred option is the Shinkansen. It's fast, comfortable, and takes you straight from the city center in Osaka to the city center in Tokyo, and avoids all the airport stress entirely. And once you're back in Tokyo, check into your new accommodation and use the rest of the day however you like. You'll have time to relax, explore, or just take things easy. We'll leave that part completely up to you.
Day 13 is your last full day in Japan, so this is where you get to choose how you want to end the trip. Either with a full-on Disney experience or a more last-minute shop till you drop kind of day in Tokyo. If you're a Disney fan, day 13 is the perfect time to visit Tokyo Disney Resort. You will need to choose between Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. Both parks are great, but Disney Sea is especially unique to Japan and unlike any other Disney park in the world. We actually went to Tokyo Disneyland on this trip, but next time 100% we would choose Disney Sea. We also have a full video on the channel covering Tokyo Disneyland, which we'll link in the description if you want a proper look at what to expect before deciding.
If theme parks aren't your thing, day 13 is a great final shopping and wrap-up day in Tokyo. And honestly, Tokyo is one of the best cities in the world for shopping. For shopping, most first-time visitors stick to 3 main areas. Shibuya is fun, busy, and very walkable with lots of fashion, trendy Japanese brands, and flagship stores mixed in with sightseeing. Shinjuku is ideal if you want everything in one place, with huge department stores, electronic shops, and endless options all within a small area. And Ginza is perfect for a calmer, more polished shopping day, with flagship stores like the world's largest Uniqlo, the Muji flagship, and great spots for souvenirs and gifts. Between these 3 areas, you'll cover pretty much everything people want to shop for in Tokyo. And one big tip, don't forget to bring your passport. Most major stores offer tax-free shopping for tourists, which usually saves around 10%. And when you're buying clothes, souvenirs, or gifts, that can easily add up to a lot of money. If you want to mix things up, this is also a great day to visit Team Labs in Tokyo, either Borderless or Planets. Team Labs is an immersive digital art experience where you walk through interactive rooms filled with moving lights, projections, mirrors, and sound. It's very different from traditional museums and a really fun and memorable way to end your time in Tokyo. We went to Team Lab at Borderless and loved it. That being said, our very first Team Lab experience was actually the brand new Team Lab BioVortex in Kyoto, which was incredible and probably our favorite. So you can choose to do it in either city depending on what fits your itinerary best. And don't forget to use our code JKarolinaKluk when booking your activities on Klook to save yourself some money.
Back at the hotel, it's time to start packing. Tomorrow you will be heading home with full suitcases, tired legs, and a lot of memories from your first time in Japan. Before checking out, do one last konbini run. It's a small thing, but it's one of those moments when it really hits that the trip is ending. Grabbing snacks for the flight home and realizing how quickly Japan starts to feel like home.
After that, check out of your hotel and make your way to the airport. If you're flying out of Narita, the easiest options from Tokyo are the Narita Express or the Kaisai Skyliner, depending on where you're staying. Both are direct, reliable, and designed for travelers with luggage. And if you're flying out of Haneda, you usually take a local train or airport line, which is quicker since Haneda is much closer to the city.
Our biggest piece of advice is to leave earlier than you think you need to. Aim to be at the airport a few hours before your flight so you can check in, go for security, and get to the right terminal without feeling stressed. We actually left it a bit late when departing Tokyo and ended up going to the wrong terminal, which resulted in us literally running to the check-in desk.
If you'd rather avoid that hassle altogether, you can also book an airport transfer through Klook, which takes all of the guesswork out of getting there on time. And just like that, guys, your first trip to Japan has come to an end with full suitcases, tired legs, and probably plans to come back again. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the
next video!